Children who have been exposed to a traumatic event such as a crime, violence, or various kinds of abuse may become sheltered in their life or turn to a life of crime based on the types of things they've seen and heard as kids. In an effort to help them avoid a life of crime themselves and to make sure that they're emotionally okay after a traumatic event, the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office is introducing a program called Ocean County Cares. Ocean County Prosecutor Bradley Billhimer says Ocean County Cares is based on a model presented to him by DEA Special Agent in Charge Chris Jacob and works as a tool for law enforcement and school officials to communicate after a child is exposed to an adverse childhood experience involving the police. The program is similar to ones rolled out in West Virginia and Newark, New Jersey. Ocean County follows Cape May County in installing it countywide.
The idea is that when any police officer responds to a home or residence and notices that a child has witnessed a traumatic event, that traumatic event could be anything. It could be an arrest at the house, God forbid an overdose, domestic violence incident, any critical incident, God forbid a suicide or something like that, and a police officer notices there's a child there who witnessed the event. They just simply take the child's name, age, grade, school that they go to, and at that moment they make a notification to a designated point of contact at the school that child goes to, so that when that child goes to school the next day, the school is first aware that child has been through something traumatic, and they can offer that child a little more special attention, whether it's a little meeting with a guidance counselor, a school nurse, a vice principal, a principal, just to say, hey, is everything okay? Is there anything we can do for you?
Billhimer said he used CDC research in developing this program that cites 60% of kids under the age of 18 nationwide have experienced an adverse childhood experience at home, and 40% of them have gone through it at least twice. When police respond to such an incident, they won't disclose the case information to the school where the child attends, but will let them know police were at their home.
What they're going to disclose is the name, the age, the grade, so that they can find the kid in the school, but nothing specific about the incident. And maintaining the students and the family's privacy was paramount in the whole process. What we found through the research is that kids that experience these traumatic events are more likely to suffer from depression, anxiety, drug use, potentially suicide. You know, the more traumatic events you stack up over the course of your lifetime that go either untreated, unnoticed, or unaddressed, it makes for potentially a dangerous situation as you get older. You know, so we thought it's a natural intersection. I'm always looking for those natural intersections. If there's something we can do to help kids potentially not turn to drugs later in life or sooner in life or at some point, you know, I think when a student goes through a traumatic event like that, anything where the police are there at their home, it's something they're always going to remember. And if the next day they go to school and somebody from the school says, hey, are you okay? You know, I think that's another thing that the student's always going to remember.
There may be short-term impacts on children who can benefit from this program, but long-term effects will take some time.
I don't think we're going to know the full benefit of this for another 5 to 10 years when it's part of the common practice for the police department to go make these notifications. But I think it's going to bring down, hopefully, all the negative consequences, potentially, of the depression, of substance use disorder, potentially turning to alcohol at a young age. I think it's going to affect them in a positive way. The goal is to make sure we present them and let them know that people are here to help you and that you've gone through something, and we want to make sure that this doesn't turn into kind of a way of life. It's not a traumatic thing that happens over and over again.
The school will make the initial contact for helping the child try to open up about what they saw or heard. If the child needs additional services or help, the program will be able to offer them more services.
I think it varies on situations, you know. I think the school is going to make that determination. What I'm looking to see, hopefully in the next year or two, is the number of contacts we've made, and then potentially if there's a way to provide more services for those kids, whether it's through a contract for mental health providers, you know, to help a little bit more with the continuum of care. If it's an ongoing problem, we can't keep taxing all the state agencies. But one of the concerns of putting the program together was not putting an undue burden on the school system. You know, I think we're all trying to do more with less funding, and I don't want to tie up guidance counselors, school nurses, teachers, administrators. But I think it's important, like I said before, any kid's going to remember when a teacher or an administrator or a nurse took a special interest in them, especially after something bad has happened to them. I feel like the more we can do to help kids these days with all the different things that they're facing, I think if we build them to be a little more resilient moving forward as they grow into teenagers and young adults, I think it's going to be beneficial for them in the long run, for them, their families, and for the community.
The Ocean County Prosecutor's Office is working with the Ocean County Chiefs of Police Association as well as the Ocean County Association of School Administrators to implement the Ocean County Cares program for all kids in all towns across Ocean County. In downtown Toms River, I'm Vin Ebenu for the Town Square News Network.